Live and Local is proudly sponsored by Dr. Fitzgerald and Associates. Protect your precious peepers. Eels and Tronvold Law Offices. Waln Collision and Repair Center in Fairfax. It's that time of year when high school graduates make the transition to the next step in their lives. Join KCRG 9.2 in wishing them well and honoring them for their accomplishment.
The Cedar Rapids Community School District is proud to congratulate the class of 2017 and to recognize the academic achievements of all of our graduates. Each commencement ceremony celebrates the educational journey of growth and discovery and opens the door to new and exciting adventures in lifelong learning. To the graduates of Jefferson, Kennedy, Metro, and Washington High Schools, we say congratulations.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome parents, siblings, grandparents, guests, friends, teachers, staff, district administrators, and board members to the 50th John F. Kennedy High School Commencement. At this time, I'd ask that everyone please rise and welcome the Kennedy class of 2017.
Good evening. I'm Connor Krippus, Student Senior Class Secretary. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join senior chamber choir members as they sing our national anthem. Please be seated. Thank you for joining us tonight. And now I would like to introduce Jordan Vasky, our 2017 Student Government President.
Hello all, my name is Jordan Vasky, and I am the President of Student Government, here to welcome you to the 50th commencement ceremony for Kennedy High School with the graduating class of 2017. First off, I would like to say congratulations to everyone. We finally made it. It's crazy to think that our past 4 years at Kennedy are coming to a close. I am sure the majority of us here are thrilled and excited to move on in our lives to the next chapter in our book. I am also certain most of us here are going to miss the memories and people from the past 4 years. Tonight's a night to reflect back and think about all of the memories we have all made and the good times we've had along the way. Tonight is also a night to say goodbye. We will say goodbye to the way we have lived life the past 13 years, and we will say goodbye to some of the people we've known since kindergarten. All the rules change after tonight, as legend Pat Grady says to every senior class. It's crazy to think back to where it all began. Freshman orientation. Mr. Klein was the new principal. We were packed together in the bleachers with new faces everywhere we looked. Remember the freshman class selfie Mr. Klein had us take? That was the first of many selfies I am sure most of us have taken with Mr. Klein. Skip forward a few years to what all of us have finally been waiting for, our senior year. There were so many laughs for us this year. Our last first day of school picture at home, our last homecoming, our last Friday night football game, our last pep assembly, which, by the way, we finally took home the win after our long 0-11 losing streak. I think we are all ready to turn those last into memories and start with new firsts next year, whether that be at college, in the military, or in the workforce. We have a lot of people to thank for getting us to where we are today. Thank you to everyone that hasn't only been here the past 4 years, but our whole lives. I think our biggest thanks goes out to our parents. Our parents are here tonight supporting us as they always have. Though we may not always show it in the right ways, we are very grateful for them and couldn't have made it through high school without them. Thank you to all the teachers that have been there for us along the way. I think it's safe to say we all have that one teacher that we can go to for anything, talk with them about whatever, and just feel like yourself around. That is something I will always cherish about Kennedy, having those special teachers. I think we also owe a big thanks to the administration for always being on top of things and keeping this sometimes chaotic school running. In my opinion, the class of 2017 hasn't been like any other class that I've seen go through Kennedy during my 4 years here. We don't necessarily stand out looking at it in the big picture, but individually, we are all unique and all possess different talents that I think can go a long way. I'm not going to go on and list each and everyone's individual talents because you all know of your own. Whether it be in academics, sports, theater, dancing, singing, robotics, technology, making one person smile a day, or even just making someone laugh. You all have one of those special talents. Go out and use those talents in your future. Be special. I am beyond thankful I got to go to Kennedy the past 4 years. Kennedy is great in so many ways, and it's a place I won't ever forget. Each and every one of you has contributed to something great these past 4 years. The graduation countdown we have all had the past several months is finally over. Our independent, exciting future awaits us. With that being said, go out and be special, make a difference in this world. Congratulations to everyone, and welcome to the class of 2017 Commencement.
Good evening. My name is Julia Brewer, and I'm the Student Government Vice President. As you already know, we have a phenomenal performing arts program at Kennedy High School. We take great pride in our bands, orchestras, and choirs. Our music programs at Kennedy are some of the very best of Iowa, with numerous students earning Division I ratings at a variety of the IHSMA's music festivals. This year, our varsity show choir, Happiness Incorporated, finished in the top 6 at every competition they entered, winning the Jefferson Invitational. All Kennedy choirs received Division I superior ratings at large group state contests. Moonlight Express Vocal Jazz Ensemble finished 7th at the Iowa Vocal Jazz Championships. This past fall, the band program had 10 students selected to participate in the All-State Band and Orchestra Festival, and 1 student selected as an alternate. Both the Wind Symphony and Marching Band earned a Division I rating at the IHSMA state festivals. Kennedy Orchestra students performed at historic cathedrals in Prague, Czech Republic, and Vienna, Austria during spring break this year. The orchestra program also had 4 students selected to participate in the All-State Band and Orchestra Festival in November. All orchestra members who participated in state solo and ensemble received Division I ratings. Symphony Strings and Symphony Orchestra both earned Division I ratings at state large group contests, and Symphony Strings finished 2nd place at the Jefferson Invitational. Please join me now as we listen to the selections performed by our music groups. It is customary to stand for our school's alma mater, which will be the final piece performed. And now the Battle Hymn of the Republic performed by our concert choir, our string orchestra, and our wind ensemble. Thank you.
Please turn your attention to the monitors as the class of 2017 says thank you.
Okay, sorry. I was.
Where does the good go? Where does the good go?
Fantastic.
Bomb.com.
Eventful.
Exciting. Diverse. Active.
Life-changing. Opportunities.
Exciting.
Interesting.
Awesome!
Spirited. Kennedy is family. Kennedy is fan-freaking-tastic.
Kennedy is Kennedy.
Opportunity.
Wonderful.
Fantastic.
Crazy spirited.
Gnarly. Unique.
Interesting.
Fun. Diverse.
Exciting.
Fun. Memorable.
Long.
Interesting.
Special.
Exciting.
Green. Great.
Busy.
Interesting.
Superb.
Positive.
Your family. Cool, calm, and collected.
A community.
You've helped us grow into the people we are today, so from the bottom of our hearts, thanks, Coach!
Thank you, Mr. Neff.
I want to thank my mom, my dad, and my entire family.
Thank you, Mr. Arp.
Hi, Zig. I just wanted to say thank you for being an awesome teacher and just someone who inspires me every day.
I would like to say thank you, Mr. Musker. You're so awesome.
Thank you, Miss Miller.
I just like to thank my parents and my grandparents for supporting me throughout high school. You guys are great. I love you a lot.
And I'd like to thank my stepdad, my stepsister, my mom for supporting me throughout high school and making me do my best.
I'd like to thank my coaches for helping prepare me for playing at the next level.
I'd also like to thank my coaches for teaching me how to work hard and stay dedicated.
To be honest, I would like to thank the only thing that's been able to get me through high school every single day. It's been my headphones. They've been there for me every day since the start. I don't think I would be able to graduate without them.
I'd like to thank my parents for always encouraging me to do what I wanted to do and always pushing me to do my best and be a better me.
Thanks, Coach White. We'll miss you.
From all of us seniors,
Thanks, Coach guys.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for your help and support, and I'd like to thank Coach Thompson as well for being a great swim coach and a great mentor to me.
I want to thank Miss Malone for making learning fun.
Thanks, Grady, for being such an awesome teacher.
I would like to thank Miss Malone, Mr. Grady, Ms. Rubis, and all of the other teachers for being really cool teachers.
I want to thank my family because they're my #1 supporter, and I also want to thank Mr. Hayes because he got me interested in forensics.
I want to thank my parents too because they've been my supporters at high school and they've taken me to all of my events.
I want to thank my parents and sisters for being my supporters. Love you guys, and thanks for Mr. Neese for having cookies and Courtney for making everything fun.
Mr. Wacker, it's been pretty great. I mean, he's been there and he's pushed me to get through.
Melissa Osborne in general, because she is a person that's outgoing and is friendly to everyone here.
super awesome personality and just all around funniest person I know.
Thanks, Sensei, for a great 2 years.
Oh, hey. Thanks, everyone.
I would like to say merci beaucoup to Madame Cody and Madame Carmen.
Happy retirement, Grady. I would like to give a big thanks to all the coaches that I've had throughout my high school career because they have given me a lot of support.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Neff for always letting me hang out in your room, although I never actually had you as a teacher.
Gracias, Senor Neely.
I'd like to thank Coach Hoyer, the rest of the coaches, teachers, family members for making my high school experience a great one.
Thanks, Coach.
Being Mr. Neff, he always understands that, sometimes it's a little too early to come to class. So he's super understanding when it comes to that.
I'd like to thank my directors, Mr. Talley and Mr. Hayes, for all they've done for me on and off the stage.
Yeah, we just really appreciate all your support, and we'll truly miss the theater department when we're gone.
Say thanks to my sister and my parents, especially my sister, who's helping me with some school projects, and I wouldn't be able to be who I am without you. Thank you.
I'd like to thank Mr. Benjamin Arp, who's no longer with us.
As with Dr. Ayers, I'd just like to remember all the great influences that he had upon Kennedy High School.
I'd like to thank Mr. Tolley because through Tech I was able to come out of my shell.
I'd like to thank Haynes Moore for giving me the opportunity to pursue journalism.
I want to thank Lynn, the athletic trainer, because she's the best and she knows everything.
I would like to thank Mrs. Ritchie and Miss Collins for helping me get into whatever colleges I wanted and making my dreams achievable.
I want to thank Frau Ross for making 4 years of German class the most fun class I've ever had.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'd like to say
Thank you, Mr. Ziegler!
Thanks, Aisha. We'll miss you. Thanks, Mr. Neff and Mrs. Rubis.
Gracias.
Thank you.
And thank you to all my teachers this year. You guys were very helpful and you'll be missed.
Thank you, Miss Becker, for bringing something new to the table every day in class and for always making it fun.
Thank you, Mr. Meany, for always being there to help.
I want to thank my parents for always being supportive and my grandparents for always supporting me and coming to all my activities.
And I also want to thank my parents and especially Mrs. Neely.
Thank you, Tolley and Hayes.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to say thanks to Joe Benedict. Mr. B, you're pretty cool. You've made my high school pretty fun. Student government has been awesome. Shout out Mr. B, coolest dude I know. I want to say thanks to our mom and dad. My mom.
And Marlos and Bridget for always letting us come in late.
Thank you, Mr. Green, for being awesome.
I'd like to thank Mary Gibney and the Best Buddies program for helping me discover what I love, and to Ellie for helping me get through high school.
I just want to say thank you to Pat Grady. You're the man, you made class fun, and made me enjoy my last day of high school.
Thank you, Mr. Neff. We want to thank LeClaire for letting us sit in his room during smart time and being one of the best teachers in Kennedy High School.
Thanks, Mr. Grady.
I would like to thank my parents for always pushing me to do my very best with everything I do, including sports and academics. I wouldn't be the person that I am today without them.
Thanks, Mr. Tolley.
Thank you.
I mainly just want to thank my parents because they've really supported me through all 4 years of high school and have pushed me to be as best as I can be.
One of my favorite memories at Kennedy High School would probably be stealing the Spirit Stick senior year.
It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you
My favorite memory from high school was junior year, making it to the championship game for football.
My favorite memory at Kennedy is probably when the Spirit Stick got stolen.
My favorite part of being at Kennedy High School is social choir competitions and going to Nashville last year.
My favorite part of high school was being involved in the choir program.
dancing on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Favorite memory of Kennedy was the first time I heard the band in orchestra.
My favorite memory at Kennedy was making it to the state championship game as a junior.
My favorite memory would have to be Spirit Week.
Predictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
Good evening, graduates, educators, families, and friends, and welcome to John F. Kennedy's 50th graduation ceremony. My name is Afnan Al-Sheikh, and I am the senior class president. I would like to thank all of you for coming out tonight to support our graduating class. I am honored to speak on behalf of the class of 2017. As I was looking through past class messages, there seemed to be this theme of adaptability to change as we enter a new chapter of our lives. However, I don't want to talk about being able to adapt to change. We are already adaptable. Our class experienced the shift from trimesters to semesters, from 5 credit hours per trimester to 1 credit hour per trimester, from ABCD lunch to smart time, from 6 classes a day to 7 classes a day, from Superintendent Dr. Benson to Superintendent Dr. Buck, to Kennedy's new principal, Mr. Klein. We are some of the strongest people. We've offered our shoulders and ears to our younger and older classmates when they went through excruciating circumstances. We welcomed the ELL students into Kennedy and helped integrate them into the student body to create an intricately woven, diverse school. We survived a historical election where the nation stood visibly divided by ensuring each other that we are accepting of everyone. Because no matter where you come from, no matter if you lean left or right, no matter what language you speak, no matter who you love, no matter how you identify yourself as, you will always be a Kennedy Cougar. And none of this would have been possible. Had it not been for our supporters. I would first like to extend gratitude to the most important people who helped us through difficult times, our parents and guardians. For most of you, they have been the rock that kept you grounded these last 4 years, pushing you to do your best and strive for your ultimate goal of success. Thank you for always fussing over creating schedules, budgeting your time and ours, establishing rules, and attending our activities that we took for granted. Thank you to our teachers and faculty members who have given us faith in our future. You are the reason that we dream of bigger and better things. When we wanted to quit, you chased us down the halls, forced us to sit through yet another tutorial, and made sure you didn't move on to the new materials until we had completely understood the curriculum. Thank you for teaching because you wanted to, with so much passion in your voices, whether it's Mr. Horton in meiosis, Mr. Young in climate change, Miss Osborne in cultural awareness, or Mrs. Howard in poetry. You have taught us beyond what's in the textbooks. And there's a teacher I would like to specifically thank, Mr. Klein. You may not have an official teaching position, but you are a teacher. You taught all of us to be strong and pushed us to give back to our community. Thank you for showing us what we are capable of. Thank you for standing up for us, taking the time to get to know everyone personally, and continuing to have faith in our abilities to become the best students possible, ranking in the top 500 schools in America and the best in Iowa for years. I would like to leave the class of 2017 with a few words of advice. Get out of your comfort zone and try new things. Don't ever let fear get in the way, whether it's meeting new people or going into that intimidating job interview. Whatever community you find yourself in, start giving back by volunteering your time. Stop underestimating yourself and start having the mindset of, yes, I can. Because of the lessons you were taught the past 4 years, you have become capable of doing anything you put your mind to. So don't sell yourselves short. Do your best, work your hardest, and don't give up. Continue to persevere through the low points and the high points of life. Don't let cultural expectations and social norms define you. Every one of you is unique, beautiful, worthy, kind-spirited, and thoughtful. Never forget that and always be true to yourself. Keep an open mind, kind heart, and a brave spirit. We are not only graduating but entering adulthood, and I have full confidence that we have acquired the last 4 years has made the class of 2017 fully prepared for this transition. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Kendall Myers, Student Government Treasurer. It is often tradition at presidential inaugurations, at celebrations for arts and literary accomplishments, and at signature events to select a poet laureate. The poet is commissioned to create and deliver a poem for the event. Kennedy High School has also the tradition of selecting a poet laureate for our commencement ceremony. Please welcome Gage Westling, our poet laureate for the 50th commencement of Kennedy High School.
This piece is called The Glow. I see it now, the glow, the sheen of our little shards of reality cascading through the air, the careful strings that held us in tow. I see it now, the glow, that burst of rainbow drops as dreams fostered and raised in bubbles tentatively touch ground with everywhere to go. I see it now, the glow, the warm, worn golden pride of fighters with fresh wounds and plights, dusting off with calloused hands their woe. I see it now, the glow, that luminescence that's only found in souls bound by broken bones and time, like seaward lanterns drifting together, strong and slow, expansive and unexplained as the stars, enticing and magnificent as the New York skyline, mysterious and mesmerizing as a moonlit lake. I see it now, that glow, as I look down row after row after row. I see it now, that glow.
I am Jamie Malota, Senior Class Treasurer, and it is my pleasure to introduce the salutatorians for the class of 2017. To earn the distinction of a salutatorian, a graduate must earn a collective grade point average of 4.0 to 4.164. With our system of weighted grades for advanced placement courses, and the opportunity to earn plus or minus with a letter grade, it is possible to accumulate a grade point beyond 4.0. It takes dedication to academics to do so. Please congratulate our 28 salutatorians. And now, please welcome Gabby Meyer, Student Government Secretary.
Good evening. I have the honor of introducing the valedictorians for the class of 2017. It takes tremendous commitment to academics to earn the status of valedictorian. Each of these students has earned at least a 4.165 cumulative grade point average. A 4.165 is between the letter grade of A and A+. As Jamie mentioned, it is possible with weighted grades in the plus and minus system. These 38 students have reached an admirable goal in earning the distinction of valedictorian. Please join me in congratulating our valedictorians. Tyler Dennis, the member of our class with the highest grade point, will give the valedictory address.
Thank you. Before I begin, I owe a large thank you to my parents. They've helped me throughout this entire journey and supported me along the way. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Now, I'd also like to point out that Hannah Peterson was very kind to proofread this, so if you guys don't like it, it's her fault, not mine. All right, so there's something you guys should know about 3-year-old Tyler. I loved Shrek. I thought the only thing better than Shrek was more Shrek, so whenever I had to watch Shrek, I had to watch Shrek 2 as well. So I watched it the other day, and there's this song in Shrek 2 called Changes by David Bowie. I'm sure some of you know it. And it helped me think of what to say at this speech. We've changed a lot since freshman year. Back in 2013, long time ago, but it also feels like yesterday. We were all trying to fit in. We were all trying to find our place, and it was like this giant puzzle, but not some ordinary puzzle. It was one of those really mean puzzles with extra pieces, no picture at what the end product would look like. Back then, we had ABCD lunch. We were trying new things. I don't really remember it that well. I mean, it's all such a blur. Everything's changed. We ended the school year saying goodbye to the class of 2014 and hello to summer. Then sophomore year began, and we had gotten an idea of what Kennedy had to offer us. We were starting to find our little niche. The puzzle had lost a lot of the extra pieces, but we still didn't know what the end product would look like. We were stuck in between the whining of the freshman class and the authority of the upperclassmen. We got smart lunch, and we could go to Iowa City and back. We watched Klein's videos of him saying, "That's a do and that's a don't." A lot of us began driving. We learned a little more, we made more friends, and in the end we said goodbye to the class of 2015 and hello to summer. Then junior year came around the corner. We were finally upperclassmen. This was one of our better years for competitions. We were runner-ups in the state for football. We placed 6th nationally in show choir. We won the all-state banner for improv and speech. We were 3rd in the men's state track and field meet, and our softball and girls soccer teams were both ranked number 1. Back freshman year, I couldn't think that we would be this good. We grew closer and supported one another. We took Iowa assessments for the last time, even though there was a scare going around that we'd have to take it again this year. And I'm pretty sure I can say for all of us, I'm glad we didn't. At the end of the year, we could see what the puzzle would look like in the end. Then we had to say goodbye to the class of 2016 and hello to summer. And now it's senior year. We're extremely different. We've completed our puzzle. Evan Bradley has grown a foot since freshman year. Allie Meyer is not. Nathan Drahos has finally embraced social media. We lost smart lunch. We gained smart time. We experienced another 100-year flood 8 years after the last one. But we came together as a community, as friends, and we helped each other. And in return, we received a week off of school, which kind of evens out that we had no snow days. We're only seniors for a little while longer until we walk across the stage. Now it's time to say goodbye to the class of 2017. But these aren't the only changes we've experienced. We've all grown with these changes, and we're ready to take the changes ahead of us. Whether it be in the workforce, trade school, or college, we're all going to be able to succeed because we've succeeded in high school through all of these changes. Mr. Grady has constantly told us that all the rules change, but they've been changing this entire time. What's one more change? We will be all going our separate ways, but we're going to remember our time here at Kennedy High School. I'm going to remember how Brandon Cuck kept ripping his pants in show choir, not once, but time after time. I'm going to remember how on runs, Jackson Middlecoff will sing that we're halfway there from Bon Jovi Living on a Prayer, when we're not even halfway there. I'll remember at assemblies laughing at the improv group and at the Afrobeats. I'm going to remember how I loved Kennedy High School. And we did not do this all on our own. We owe thanks to lots of people here tonight. To the teachers and faculty of Kennedy, thank you for always helping us, whether it's in the attendance office with passes, counselors helping us with schedules, Klein willing to take a selfie with us in the halls. There were always people we could turn to. The teachers did an excellent job at teaching, and we couldn't have been luckier. Mr. Neff would speak his gibberish owl language in class. Grady would always spray us with water. And the foreign language teachers would just speak really, really fast. Yet we were lucky to have all of them. Thank you to all the families in the audience tonight for all the love, care, and support you've given to each and every one of us. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. I cannot wait to see what this future holds in store for all of us. Whatever change we face, we're going to embrace it. Good luck in every venture you encounter. Congratulations, class of 2017, and hello to summer.
Our class has endured the loss of classmates, faculty and staff, friends and relatives throughout our 4 years at Kennedy. At this time, please join me in a moment of silent reflection to honor those who have passed on. Thank you.
This year, Kennedy will say goodbye to one staff member who has had an amazing impact on us. He is a part of the class of 2017 because he has been with us for 4 years and because he is leaving as we graduate. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing during the introduction. Pat Grady. Before his career at Kennedy, Mr. Grady taught at Iowa City West and worked in the private sector. He came to Kennedy in the fall of 2000 to fill our need for an economics teacher. He has taught AP Econ and regular Econ every year since then. Mr. Grady always focused his teaching on lessons that would follow students on into college and beyond. One of his favorite quotes, "All the rules change," referred to post-high school. He used real-life examples in his economics classes to grab the students' interest. He also took a portion of class for their current event questions. Because of his efforts, his students were more aware of the events in their community and in our country. Also, thanks to Mr. Grady, the number of students taking AP Econ has continued to climb each year, and students have had a very good pass rate on the exam. Lunchtime was a favorite time for his students, as they were welcome to hang out in his room and play table tennis. Needless to say, Mr. Grady has perfected his table tennis skills. Over the years, students have appreciated his sense of humor, and they know he cares about them as individuals. During his retirement, Mr. Grady plans on golfing, tailgating, watching the Hawkeyes, traveling, and visiting his sons. The faculty and staff at Kennedy High School have been dedicating to helping all of us learn. You spend hours and hours preparing interesting lessons, helping us before and after class, and sharing your passion for education with us. You have provided wisdom, advice, and support to each of us throughout the past 4 years. Thanks to your work, we have accomplished our goal and we have direction for our next step. Please stand so our class and our families can thank you. Thank you for everything you have done for us.
This evening, I have the honor of introducing the Cedar Rapids Community School District's Board of Education. The board members devote countless volunteer hours to our schools. We appreciate your efforts as you deal with all of the issues of overseeing our district. Please join us in thanking our board members, President Mr. John Laverty, and directors Mr. Gary Anhalt, Mrs. Nancy Humbles, Mr. Rafael Jacobo, Mrs. Kristen Jansen, Mrs. Mary Meisterling, and Mr. Keith Westerkamp. Thank you for sharing this evening with us. As with the Board of Education, the school district's central administrative team works diligently to maintain the quality of our schools. Dr. Buck is not able to be with us tonight as he is attending his daughter's wedding. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Mary Ellen Mosk. Mrs. Mosk is the Deputy Superintendent for Cedar Rapids Community Schools and is directly responsible for high schools in our district. She is an experienced educational leader and has promoted and overseen significant improvements to our district, including developing our teacher leadership system. At this time, I will invite all students on the stage to please now go to your floor seats with the rest of the class of 2017. And now please welcome Mr. Jason Klein, Kennedy High School principal.
I'd like to start tonight thanking people who often don't get thanked, although they did get thanked tonight by students. I appreciate that. But if the members of our administrative team who are sitting here could stand up, I would like to thank them, Mr. Goodlove, Mr. Minch, Mr. Stecker, and Mr. Johnson for all that they've done to put this ceremony together, but also to keep the school, as we say, running for the last 4 years. So thank you very much to them. There's also one other person, but I think she's scurried into the back, Miss Lori Weary, who dedicates the entire month of May to this ceremony, essentially. She's our secretary in the office. She puts together the lists of all the names. She makes sure they're right. She puts the book. There she is. So if we could just give her a round of applause for all the hard work, everything that she does. What little advice can I dispense after hearing from people who I will openly admit are far more intelligent, talented, wise than I'll ever be? Presumably not much, but they said I have to give a speech, so it never hurts to try. I have to thank you guys for the best 4 years of my profession. Hard P. We came to Kennedy back together in 2013, and I'm pretty sure that I was more scared than you were. I had never heard of walking tacos. I had never realized how valuable Kennedy t-shirts truly were before I came here. All you had to do was move from a middle school a few miles down the road. I was terrified. But we figured it out together, my special freshman class. You'll have a very specific and special place in my heart because you were my babies when I became a principal. You turned into a great group. Fun, warm, immensely talented, albeit terrible spirit stick thieves. I'm honestly very glad, though, that you won the final pep assembly. It'll be a memory that was etched in my mind forever, in my heart. Also, singing Living on a Prayer was about the best thing I'd ever seen in my life. But I only got to see you grow up for 4 years, and I have over 400 of you. Think about those moms and dads up there. 18 years, holding that tiny new life in your arms, and before you know it, you're sending them off to begin their own life, to guide themselves, to become themselves. Parents here tonight, please know your value in your child's life. Every decision, split second or otherwise, that you made helped get them to this point. Every smart thing you did, every mistake you made, shaped them. As I watch my own oldest grow and grow, moving from kindergarten when I moved here to 4th grade next year, I'm deeply saddened already about the prospect of her someday not needing me anymore. But I remind myself that's how I got here, and that's how she'll get where she will go. Take solace in the idea that no matter how your physical presence may diminish in their lives over time, your place in their hearts will only continue to grow. As for our graduates, you have your own emotional battle ahead. For most of you, the hard part will be shutting off so much of your childhood. Think of our old pal Andy from the film Toy Story, in particular, the last minutes of the third Toy Story film. And you have to admit it, you cried when you watched that. When Andy, as he heads off to college, hands over his toys, including his lifelong pal Woody, to his 4-year-old neighbor Bonnie. At first, Andy is conflicted. He recognizes that it's time to move on, but he holds his favorite toy. He holds his favorite toy for the last time. He recoils when Bonnie reaches for it. In so many respects, the transition and transformation to adulthood is no easy thing. It's okay to struggle with becoming an adult. You'll feel the pull of the old ways often and seek the comfort of it, but like Andy, you have to move on. What comes next in your life is up to you. What you become isn't about who you are, but rather what you choose to be. Too often I've heard, I'm not good at math, or I'm not really a reader, or I can't do this, or that's just not me. That's hogwash. You are not a molded statue, but rather a fluid, living, growing creature. So, my advice tonight is simple. First, be a teacher. Yes, I'm recruiting you to come back to Kennedy. That's how much I love you. Of course, I'm not suggesting all of you become professional educators, though, given current employment trends, we probably will need all of you to become teachers in the future. What I mean is, in your life, be a teacher. Do what these folks do here for a living every day of your life. Care for others. Help people grow. Find new ways to make people think about things. Show others new perspectives. Make life fun for other people. Be a teacher. There's a phrase that I hear a lot: teachers make all other professions possible. And there's a lot of truth there. But I also think that this can apply to all of us. We can all be teachers. We can all lift each other up. Encouragement and support can make everyone's future possible. The classroom is not for everyone, but no matter what you do with your life, be a teacher. And as a subpoint to this, be nice to your own kids' teachers someday. Send them nice notes. Give them a cup of coffee once a year, especially the high school teachers. They need caffeine. And one last thing, if there's a teacher in this arena that made a difference for you, there is nothing better that you could do than tell them and do it tonight. Make them tear up a little bit, then get a selfie with them. In fact, why don't you do it right now? Stand up and give your teachers one last round of applause and thank you for the work that they've done for you. My second piece of wisdom, be flood ready at all times. This is solid advice for folks living in a city that has a 200-year flood every 8 years. It's actually good advice for everyone. We saw the very best of ourselves the week of the 2016 Cedar River flood. I saw teenagers who I had previously witnessed throwing trash on the floor of our cafeteria, asking, what can I do to help? You guys were out at midnight shoveling sand into bags for people you didn't know. You were helping strangers move furniture and set up flood walls. You did this, all of this, without reservation or complaint, without prodding from adults or concern for yourself. The giving spirit and endless hard work became second nature. You and your schoolmates donated thousands of dollars in cash and needed items for flood relief. So I challenge you, Look to the crises that are around us in our community and our country today. Hunger, inadequate housing, social isolation, racism, to name a few. Let's treat them like they're an impending flood. Rush at them with energy and without abandon. Think of the good that you could do. Finally, I go back to my original focal point. It isn't about who you are. Who you will become is still shrouded in mystery. This is going to be an interactive speech. Close your eyes, just for a second, and think about the year 2035. Feels like a long time from now, but the year is actually equidistant from when you were born. What will your life be like? Who will be in your life? What will you spend your days doing? How many kids will you have? When will you start talking like your parents? Are you able to envision your future career? The reality is, with the rapid change in technologies that is occurring, estimates indicate that a large percentage of jobs in 2035 don't even exist today. The training you've received so far will engage in over the next 5 years will not prepare you for the technical work of these new jobs. This isn't a call to blow off college, but rather a challenge to focus on the process of learning. Being a strong critical thinker, collaborator, and communicator is the only way to stay competitive with cars and planes that will drive and fly themselves, robots that can think, and nanotechnology that will be moving through our veins. The truth is, who you become is who you choose to become. Good and bad events and people will enter and exit your lives along the way, and some of these events and some of these people will influence you in unpredictable ways. But we all choose how we respond to these things that we cannot control. It doesn't matter who you are, you decide who you will become. Now, I have full faith in you guys. I thank you sincerely for the 4 years we had together, my first Cougar class. I wish you the very best in life, and I hope you'll keep in touch. And so, let us close with our daily reminders. Use your time wisely, treat each other with respect and kindness, and as always, go Cougs. There are 432 of you, and I need water. I'd ask the audience, who has been phenomenal tonight, thank you very much, to please practice courtesy and respect for all of our graduates by holding applause and noise-making as we read the names. Every parent and guest here would like to hear their child's name. We can celebrate together at the end. Ms. Mosk, Mr. Laverty, the following students have met or exceeded the requirements for a Cedar Rapids Community School District diploma through their study at John F. Kennedy High School. Please come forward as I call your name. Carrie Adams. Anthony Alipra. Nathaniel Allaire. Bailey Allen. Nathan Anderson. Colin Anderson. Ashlyn Averhoff. Natalie Averkamp. Ahmed Azme. Ryan Bach. Madeline Bagby. Michaela Bailey. Chase Baker. Tana Baldwin. Nick Barrick, Brant Barnhart, Hunter Barnhart, Elizabeth Barrett, Destiny Bartles, Olivier Bassana. What's your name? What? Huh? Oh, go to. I don't. Nicholas Bost. Did I? Yeah. Sarah Beauregard. David Becker. Katie Beer. Brooke Bakeris. Brittany Bell. Logan Benyon. Rowan Bergen. Jordan Berry. Matt Burst. Jake Bisson. Nick Bjornson. Emma Booty. Freddie Borbor. Hannah Borsay. Evan Bradley. Austin Brammer. Kiana Brannon. Julia Brewer. Drake Brewster. Paige Elizabeth Browning. Hunter Brunk. Courtney Bruns. Winona Buffalo Shoulders. Tyler Burgess. Leah Berkey. Corbin Cahalan. Corey Caldbeck. Chloe Canott. Belle Canny. Megan Canny. Caleb Carlson. Ian Carlson. Murphy Carlson. Wes Carlson. Brandon Carruthers. Caroline Carter. Bree Chapman. Katie Choate. Stephen Chostner. Abby Christofferson. Jeremy Chia. Kiana Clark. Derek Coffin. Rebecca Coughlin. Jack Coker, Caleb Colby, Theodore Collins, Troy Colwell, Molly Conway, Parker Cooley, Jake Corkery, Destiny Cottrell, Brandon Coverdale, Zoe Crichton, Connor Krippus, Samantha Culver, Colton Kerfman, Jake DeLigi, Precious Daniel, Salome Daniel, Austin Davis, Jaden Davis, Nathan Davis, Tyler Dennis, Marissa Detweiler, Adam Deverex, Marin DeVore, Dallas Dirks, Kayla Donahue, Mateo Dondiejo, Raymond Dorsey, Nathan Dreos, Caitlin Dreismeyer, Nick Deere, Finnegan Duffy, Chloe Dunn, Mitchell Dvorak, John Dwyer, Hannah Ekstrand, Afnan El Sheikh, Samantha Eltsey, Austin Anderson Ort, Hunter Erickson, Pablo Estrada, Ahmad Evelyn-Goss, Laura Feld, Olivia Felmer, Carlin Fifield, Kim Fifield, Ronald Figueroa Nunez, Monique Elaine Fitzpatrick, Noah Fagey, Justo Fonseca, Eli Ford, Jared Foster, Devontae Ford, Foy, Paige Frank, Kiana J. Franklin, Caitlin Froese, Brittany Gale, Margaret Gallagher, Hallie Galvin, Jonna Gary, Aspen Garrity, Mitchell Garretts, Lauren Gibbs, Rachel Glovick, Jacob Goodhart, Allie Goodell, Emily Grasso, Bailey Graybill, Moira Green, Olivia Green, Raquel Green, Farrell Green, Kelsey Greer, Hawken Grimes, Trevor Gunther, Gage Hahn, Gunnar Haight, Abigail Haller, Ashley Hamilton, Isabel Hansen, Jacob Hera, Isaiah Harris, Jacob Russell Harrison, Clayton Hazenbank, Jenna Hochschild, Madison Hochschild, Claire Hauser, Malik Haynes, Sydney Helms, Mira Hamiden, Michaela Henneberry, Callista Hoynish, Mackenzie Hill, Nathan Hill, Abby Height, Grace Hockaday, Nolan Hoheisel, Madison Hollop, Courtney Holzer, Dalton Hopkins, Joshua Horth, Haley Houston, Kyle Huber, Alexis Hull, Jacob Hyde, Jesus Ibarra, Michael Eisenbeiss, Jade Irish, Claire Jackson, Madeline Jamrock, Elizabeth Jasper, Jacob Jennett, Grant Jensen, Cooper Johnson, Sean Johnson. Tyler Johnson. Zach Johnson. Maximilian Jones. Adriana Jordan. Kayla Joyner. Michaela Keegan. Allison Cagle. I skipped you. Michael Kaiser, I'm so sorry. You're there. Amanda Kuiper. Chloe Kelly. Tim Kelly. Maxwell Keys. Joaquim Kukuni. Joyce Kim. Ryan King. Sydney Kinney. Michael Kircher. Danica Klein. Bailey Klinger. Lincoln Kloffenstein. Christopher Knight. Carly Knackle. Brandon Cuck. Sydney Keppen. Mackenzie Kovach. Carter Kroll. Colin Krentz. Madison Krentz. Camille Krause. Garrett Kubavek. Amadou Kajabi. Caleb Lamont. Melanie Lang. Haley Lang. Aubrey Langhurst. Mary Lee. Sochil LeConte. Serenity Lair. Nicholas Leonard. Adam Leslie. Jasmine Lee. Kathia Lightfoot. Nathan Lindo. Nick Lockhart. Samantha Leckie. Marissa Lofton. Caitlin Logan. Anna Long. Gabe Long. Jasmine Loomis Nutt. Jaden Lovell. Daniel Lovig. Lydia Luton. Brendan Lyman. Calvin Mackin. Jasmine Maccabi. Christian Malcolm. Brittany Malley. Rachel Malley. Cameron Markham. Allie Marshall. Devin Martin. Malia Mason. Dalton Maston. Johnson Mator. Chase Mattis. Emily Maurer. Austin Moss. Lizzie May. Peyton McCarty. Julia McDowell. Peyton McGuire. Kiera McLeod. Brooke McNeil. Nicholas McSpadden. Kendall Meyer. Melissa Mice. Gabriel Mejia. Aaron Meppelink. Allie Meyer. Brandy Meyer. Gabrielle Meyer. Catherine Meyer. Morgan Michaels. Emily Mickelson. Haley Middendorf. Jackson Middlecoff. Levi Miller. Jamie Malota. Nathan Mitchell. Grayson Mose. Muna Kasim Muhammad. Gobind Mongar. Clark Montevere. Abigail Moore. Angel Moore. Madeline Morgan. Jonathan Morrow. Kiara Morrow. Suresh Muktan. Morgan Mulheron. Benjamin Mulholland. Arshi Munjal. Kiana Murphy. Matthew Murphy. Hawa Malimu. Jackie Marinzi. Naomi Naimu. Ashley Nesbitt. This is going to take a lot longer if we can't stop that. So, Allison Nyans. Addison Nee. Kate Nuss. Eve Nabishanesha. Noel O'Brien. Mason Achanachek. Jake Olenzak. Caitlin Oliphant. Jared Olsom. Macy Ostendorp. Madison Palmer. Samuel Pape. Claire Pardupsky. Antonio James Patterson. Riley Patton. Eric Pauls. Megan Julia Payne. Ellie Pearboom. Landry Person. Connor Peterson. Hannah Peterson. Chase Piffner. Claire Phelps. Jack Phillips. Noah Phipps. Chandler Paul. John Pope. Dane Popenhagen. Sydney Powers. Ryan Proborski. Jesse Price. Angeli Piranum. Alasia Purcell. Taylor Rathjens. Austin Reed. Bryston Reel. Zach Rehawk. Maddie Rink. Riley Rinkenberger. Chase Rivera. Dewan Rivers. John Alfonso Maurice Ross. Jared Roy. Amaja Rucker. Melissa Rulandiviago. Myron Rundle. Caleb Ryder. Tasneem Sadak. Emily Sauce. Macy Shares. John Sherm. Maddie Schlater. Peyton Schmidt. Cade Shainauer. Tyler Schulte. Duncan Schultejans. Morgan Schumacher. Jenna Schwartzoff. Donovan Screws. Jacob Seedorf. Zoe Seagriff. Andrew Seiler. Noah Semph. Christy Schauger. Michael Shea. Nathaniel Sheely. Kristen Shako. Tristan Short. Ben Simon. Daquan Sims. Austin Slattery. Thomas Smead. Morgan Sohn. Penny Spalding. Haley Spencer. Cade Speth. Tyler Spicer. Makayla Springer. Kyle Staudiker. Hallie Stechu. Tavia Stewart. McKaylee Stumbo. Trey Stutzman. Jaden Sweeney. Ernest Tarley. Jessica Taylor. Other Taylor. Cage Tice. Kanan Thomas. Hance Throckmorton. Brooke Timmerman. Hunter Torrey McAdam. Stacy Treptow. Andy Trotter. Calories Trueblood. Kaylee Tutkin. Kerrigan Irby. Junica Irwan. Dana Van Hefty. Valerie Vanek. Jordan Vasky. Colton Vasquez. Nathaniel Velasquez. Brittany Wagner. Megan Wagner. Lucas Way. Aubriana Waller. Stephanie Walton. Kristen Wampel. Hunter Wamery. Andrew Waters. Tyreek Wakwa. Megan Weber. Taylor Weiss. Alexis Weisenberger. Gage Westling. Catherine Westermeyer. Jared White. Tiana White. Kelsey Whitmore. Alyssa Wiedemeyer. Jessica Williams. Kylisha Williams. Levi Williams. Shelby Williams. Chase Wilson. Hannah Wilson. Lauren Winders. Carmen Wolf. Lucky Wolfkuhl. Jill Zeiser. Trevor Zimmerman. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2017.
Live and Local is proudly sponsored by Dr. Fitzgerald and Associates. Protect your precious peepers. Eels and Tronvold Law Offices. Waln Collision and Repair Center in Fairfax.